Good afternoon. The next section of the 2014 product brochure from Dynamic Engineers, I want to talk about our very high stability TCXOs and surface mount packages, mainly units that are better than plus or minus 0.5 ppm or plus or minus 500 parts per billion stability over, say, minus 40 to 85. Very stable. Less than 0.5 ppm or plus or minus 500 part per billion. We can offer products as high as 50 megahertz in 5 by 7 millimeter. We can offer products as high as 50 megahertz in 5 by 3 millimeter with stabilities significantly below half a ppm. What Dynamic Engineers does, primarily, based on my background, for a couple years I was a process engineer on a TCXO, surface mount TCXO line for Motorola, back when the frequency control division was owned by Motorola, when they had their own internal quartz oscillator division. For 2 years we shipped 300,000 a week TCXOs to the old Motorola flip phone. And that experience helped me understand TCXO production, TCXO design capability in production, the yield problems, the quality problems the customer experiences. Very comprehensive education, practical education on TCXO performance in the customer application. So what we do is this. Any TCXO manufacturer, and there maybe are 10 major TCXO factories, they've all invested $20, $30, $50 million in TCXO manufacturing equipment. We do not manufacture little 5 by 7 millimeter precision TCXOs. What we do is try to win value-added business in those types of products. When I say value-added business, I mean the customer gives you a very difficult specification. We communicate with our factory a production capability that we know that they'll agree to. Most times what our customer wants from us, the factory will simply say no, we don't want to ship that. The reason being is maybe I need, or your customer needs, 2,000 pieces a year of a very tight tolerance. We are willing to commit to that tolerance on a data sheet, on a custom data sheet, and then we go and we purchase a specification, particular spec from our parent factory. They may ship us plus or minus 0.37 ppm over temperature. Our customer might need plus or minus 0.15 ppm over a narrower temp range. Dynamic Engineers has a quality assurance test center in Guangzhou, China, as an example, which we will sort. We will sort the TCXOs for tighter stability, 100%, to guarantee the quality and the performance for a tighter tolerance application. Another area where TCXO vendors are notoriously conservative. Their products are 5 to 10 times better over 10 years than what they specify on their data sheet. That involves long-term aging. Long-term aging is a marketing gimmick. People who understand TCXOs can take advantage of that. We try to take advantage of that. Most TCXO vendors will offer plus or minus 1 ppm per year aging. Everything you see, plus or minus 1 ppm per year. In the course of my career, I have qualified using integrated modules. What I mean by that integrated module approach is taking a 5 by 7 module from Asia, placing it in a bigger legacy oscillator package, sorting those oscillators for long-term aging, for stability, for spurious response over temperature, any number of very high reliability parameters, and qualifying that module with a military radio customer in the United States. So I've had a lot of experience dealing with taking Asia small modules and doing a value-added design to ship to very high reliability customers with tremendous success. Versus the old approach where a US company tries to design a thermistor-based, the old compensation method of TCXOs, a thermistor-based compensation inside the larger package, which takes up more space and it's more labor intensive to get those units to pass stability. So why not take advantage of the 10 companies that have already invested $50 million in their equipment to generate opportunities for dynamic engineers and yourself for customers using 2,000 pieces or 5,000 pieces or 500 pieces. Granted, those selling prices are going to be a little higher, but the customer is going to get a custom requirement. We're going to sort it 100%, and there is a lot of business out there in the United States very similar to what I'm talking about. I think you'll be able to uncover. For every one OCXO opportunity you bring to the table, you might find 15 to 20 surface mount miniature TCXO opportunities. Now, here's the break point. When I say high stability, I mean better than a half a ppm. If you show me a TCXO that's 2 ppm minus 20 to 70, like a cell phone TCXO, those products, they might ship 1 million a month, and the selling price might be 30 or 40 cents versus $25, $40, $60 per unit that we can get for a sorted TCXO that's more stable. So the marketplace for us is clearly in the, I'd say, $10 to $50 per unit, heavily sorted TCXO niche market involving thousands of units, not millions. Those other marketplaces for cell phone TCXOs, pretty much only the direct manufacturers can compete effectively for that business. And again, we're talking millions and millions of units of usage per year. Similar like a low-cost crystal for using as a reference for a microprocessor chip. Thank you very much.